everybody! Today I'll be doing a first impressions video on the BB cream, and it's by Garnier, or Garnier. The Garnier BB cream. The one that I got is the combination to oily, and I got it in the shade light medium. And what the packaging says is it instantly controls shine, minimizes pores, evens and hydrates. And then, I can't remember if I said it already, but it has an SPF 20. I'll be taking a photo too once I have it on to see if it leaves any white cast or anything. Okay, and then I purchased mine from Walgreens. I have the receipt right here. I paid $12.99 for it, and it says it was on sale. It's regularly $13.99 there, but I've seen it at Target and Walmart for about $11, $12. So you'd probably get a better deal there, but they just didn't have my shade, so I had to go to Walgreens. Okay guys, so here's the packaging. As you can see, it says combination to oily, light, medium. I wouldn't say that I have oily skin. I think I have more normal to combination. The way that I'm going to apply it today is with the stippling brush. I'm using my usual Mary Kay brush. It's from the Mineral Foundation set, but like I said before, it works really good for stippling on foundation, or BB creams in this case. So what I'm going to do is just apply some onto the back of my hand, and it's actually pretty watery. It's kind of running as I hold it up, so it is kind of liquidy. I'm just going to take it and dip my brush into it and start applying it. And as you can tell, I do have quite a bit of breakouts on my cheeks, so we'll see how well it does at covering those up. So I'm just kind of bouncing as I apply it. Just bouncing it on. It does have a strong scent. It's not like a fragrancy scent. It's almost kind of, I don't know if you call it kind of chemically. It's not that bad, I guess. I don't notice it when I'm applying it, but if I have it by my face, I can smell it just a little bit. So it's actually doing a pretty good job at covering, I think, which I'm surprised by that. And it doesn't take very much either to get a pretty, light to medium coverage. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you a close-up. This is with one pretty light coat. So far it's done a pretty good job at covering the redness that I have and all the breakouts. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on the back of my hand and see if it's buildable or not. And as far as the color goes, I think it's a pretty good match. For the rest of my body it matches pretty well. My neck's a little bit light, so I'll probably have to bring some down there. So I'm just going to do another light coat all over and really focusing on the places where I have breakout. I think it's doing a pretty good job at covering, and you can definitely layer and build it up. I don't think it's getting cakey or anything either, so that's really nice. It definitely doesn't cover or hide everything by any means, but I mean, for a BB cream, I didn't really expect it to hide everything. I think it does a really good job at evening everything out for the most part. If you hardly have any breakouts, I think you would love this. It feels so light. Like when I touch my skin, I don't even feel it, so it doesn't even feel like I have anything on. It just feels like my skin. Okay, so I would say this has a slight dewy finish. It's definitely not matte, but I don't think it's super dewy or anything. You always add a powder, a mattifying powder, and then you wouldn't have any shine at all. So if you are really oily skin, that might be something that you might want to do with this. Overall, I'm really happy with it though, because it didn't take a lot of product to cover up my face, and as you saw, I did do a couple applications all over. So I think it covered really well. Here's the final coverage. And for me, the little redness that I do have, it doesn't really bug me, so I'm not going to conceal it or anything. But if it does, you know, if it does bother you, then you could of course take a concealer and go right over it. But for me, this is kind of what I usually get out of my regular foundation, you know, anyway. Okay everyone, so I'm back. I went ahead and applied my usual foundation routine. So I did, you know, the concealer right under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, and all of that. And then I did highlight, contour. I really lightly set with a powder. So honestly, I don't think you even have to set this with a powder. I am really impressed by the way that this looks. Honestly, as of right now, I'm loving it. I think it looks so natural. It feels, you know, like you're barely wearing anything. Right now, I'm thinking this would be an awesome everyday foundation. Since the BB cream does have SPF in it, I'm going to do a little flash photography test, and I'll insert that picture now. Okay, so excuse my little nice clippy thing I have going on in my photo, but I just wanted you to be able to see my full face in it. I think it photographed really well. I don't notice a white cast. So here's just kind of my full face. Like I said, I just think it has such a natural look to it. Alright, so right now it is 11 o'clock, if you can see that. So I'm just gonna go and do a few things. I don't know what I have planned for today, and I'll come back in a couple of hours and let you know how everything's going. Alright, so it's about 2:30. I've had the BB cream on for a couple hours. Now let's take a look and see how it's holding up. So far, I think it's holding up really well. I don't see any oil, which I don't usually get oily that much. I mean, if you see any shine right there, it's just from the highlighter that I applied when I got ready, as well as right through here. There might be just a little bit of separation going on my chin, maybe just a little bit on my eyebrows, but I mean, it kind of creases right there, and then like when I make different faces, I kind of make little wrinkles there, so I don't think that's anything that the BB cream can really control. So far, I think it is holding up really well. Okay, so here's an up-close shot. And I don't think the blush or bronzer has faded at all. I think it still looks just, you know, as pigmented as it did when I first applied it this morning. So good. I'll check back with you guys in a couple of hours. It is now almost 8 o'clock, 7:47. Let's see how everything is looking. Again, I'm noticing a little bit, you know, of a creasing right in through here. It looks like quite a bit of the foundation is missing on my chin, but some of it could be from like eating and all that too. As far as how well the blush and everything held up, I think it held up really well actually. Little Gizmo decided to say hi and jump in. She's knocking everything off the counter. My final review of this is really good. Like honestly, I like it just as much as my CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation. And I feel like this is lighter, and I like it because it does feel moisturizing on the skin, and I think I'm going to like it in the winter too. I like it in the summer now because it does give me kind of like, not necessarily a dewy look, but just a little bit of a dewy look, so it makes my skin look healthy and glowy, so I really do like that about it. I think the color is perfect. I like the finish of it. I love that I hardly have to put any powder on with it. It just looks so natural, so I'm really happy with it. I'm probably going to just start using this from almost every day. The only time I'm going to probably go to my CoverGirl 3-in-1 is if I have like a wedding or something, you know, a special event where I want a completely flawless look. because with that foundation I can get that. You know, I could cover up all the redness and everything. I think it would honestly work for almost everyone's skin type. I mean, even if you have dry skin, I think it's going to work. It does have moisturizing properties to it. I'll just do one last close-up so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see it at all in the camera or not, but the thing I noticed is there was a little bit of creasing right in there. On my chin, I noticed that it's not quite as full coverage, but also today it was 90 degrees and we did have a couple slight rain showers, which I guess it's not a lot, but we live in the desert, so for us it was quite a bit of rain and it adds humidity to the air. And as you can tell, my hair went like totally flat, so there definitely was some humidity for the desert anyway, and I think that might have affected it. And I did go for a walk out in the heat, and I was out in the heat for at least an hour today, so that probably had an effect on the wear of it. In the comments down below, let me know what first impression you want to see next. Also, let me know if you have tried this BB cream, what you think of it. Just leave any of your comments, thoughts down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye!